Okay, a few hours later or the next day, as soon as your pig's legs are dry, it's ready to be stood up. Now the first thing you're going to do is mix up your glue again. So you're going to take the lid off, pour a little bit of glue in, and mix it with about an equal amount of water. Just a little bit of water, a little bit of glue. Just needs to be thinned down some. And stir it up with your toothbrush. Like that. Okay, now the first thing you're going to do is look to see if you missed any spots. And I actually didn't miss any very big ones, but I'm going to show you what to do. If you missed a spot where you could see the toilet paper tube color coming through, you just paint some glue on there, put a little bit of paper on it, and then smooth it down by painting a little more glue on top. This is how you always are going to paper mache, is glue, then paper, then a little bit of glue on the top. So look all over your pig and make sure that you've got the tummy and all four of the legs covered before you flip it over. Now you notice that your bottle has dents in it, and I've already filled in 3 of these. I'm going to show you how to fill in these dents. It's a lot easier to paper mache your pig if you fill in those dents. And what I mean by fill in is put something in there so it's at the same level as the bumps that go out. Now, what could you use? You could use tissue paper. You can use an old cash register receipt. This one's from Walgreens. It's just some very thin paper, or you could use a plastic shopping bag. And so you just need a little piece of paper that you're going to wad up like an old piece of chewing gum, and you're going to put it in there and put a piece of tape on it. So it should not bulge out, but just fill in that dent. So you're going to fill in all the dents. I'm going to use my Walgreens receipt here and just wad up this paper and shove it in there, and then put a piece of tape over it. This will be so much easier if you fill in these dents so that you don't have to paper mache up and down those bumps. Now the goal today is to paper mache your pig's back, which is super easy, and your pig's rear end, which is not quite as easy, but you'll manage just fine. So I'm going to get rid of these things. So you can use bigger pieces of paper on the back and on the rear end than you used yesterday. So the way we go with it is you put some glue on it. So we're going to put glue all over this pig's rear end here, like that. And then we're going to put some pieces of paper. So put one right at the end. So you can put a couple of pieces on at a time. And then to get them to stick down, you got to put some more glue on. And you can either do that with your paintbrush, or you can just smear it on with your fingers. It's totally up to you how you work. You want to make sure that that paper doesn't peel off of your pig. So it should look like that. So you just keep putting more glue. You can put the glue on the paper first if you're sure to cover all of the paper, and then put the paper down. See if that works better for you. So whichever way works, where you either put the glue on the bottle first and then the paper and then more glue, or if you just kind of put the glue on both sides of pieces of paper, this is how you paper mache. So you have to cover up all of that tape and rub it down real well. So if you have some paper that is peeling off of it, let me see if I can make it do that. If it's peeling up like this, it'll dry that way. You have to get all of the paper to stick down by rubbing that down, and maybe put a little extra glue on the top of it. There we go. So you just keep going, and I'll show you how to do the easy part, which is the pig's back. You can use fairly big pieces of paper for that. And since it's a cylinder, it's very easy to smooth it down. And you just got to make sure you cover that entire bottle. So if you've got a clear bottle, look for the shiny parts and cover those up. If you have a green bottle, cover up everything that's green. Also cover up anything that is masking tape, like that's on your pig's rear end. So you want to get that whole thing covered. You're going to go right up to where the ears start, and then you're going to stop. So today our 20 minutes of art is just going to be paper macheing the rear end and your piggy's back without leaving any gaps. So you want to overlap the paper and rub it down so that you don't have any of the bottle showing, and that you've covered up all of that tape. Now you can use clear tape instead of masking tape, remember, so any of that shiny tape. And it's okay if you got some wrinkles in it, but you want to cover it up as completely as you can. And so this is just using that copier paper that I gave you, or that you have at your house if you didn't get the art packet that has the copier paper. And the reason we're using copier paper is that that's a kind of paper that you can easily draw on or paint on afterwards. You can't draw and paint on a plastic bottle. It will come off. It will peel off. But you can draw or paint over paper. So we're going to do this whole rear end here. See, I'm missing a spot. Can you see where I missed it? So I got to put some paper there too. Yep. Just like that. And be sure to rub it down. Oh, there's still a little spot missing. So even these little pieces of paper, you just put them like that and rub it down. We're almost done. Got to do this and this right up until the ears, and then we'll stop. Tomorrow, we'll do the piggy's head. Nice and gluey there so that it'll all stick. All right, we need some more paper. That's the last. Oh, I got a little piece right there. You want to cover all of it up because the paint will not stick to even that tiny little bit of plastic that's showing. So we're almost done with this, which is good because I'm almost out of glue. And we're going to do the ears and the head tomorrow, and the nose. We just want to let each part dry. So we go right up to behind these ears. You'll eventually do both sides of the ears. We'll do that tomorrow. All right, so there's our pig.